Hey friends, it's me, Brett. Today we're diving into some extra deep hip stretches. These are accessible for everyone, even beginners. I love working with this area of the body because it's relaxing and usually feels like such a release of tension. Let's get on the mat.
It's time to feel uplifted.
To begin, come into a wide-legged forward fold. So take your legs about one leg's distance apart, turn your toes in and your heels out so you're pigeon-toed, and just let the body fall forward. You can take the hands to the ground, or you can hold opposite elbows. I usually like to take my hands to the ground as a first step, just so I have that stability. And just begin to deepen your breath. You should feel a nice stretch right away on the outside of the ankles and the shins. If not, take your heels a little wider and your toes pointing in a little bit more. And then engage through the legs, hopefully feeling a stretch along the backs of the legs as well, the hamstrings, and let your upper body drape forward a little bit more with each gentle exhalation. So just slowly breathing in and out through the nose. Just feel all the worry from the day fall out the crown of the head onto the floor. And then however it feels right for you, you can begin taking your upper body a little bit right and left. So maybe you want to hold opposite elbows and sway, or do what I'm doing, where I'm kind of just bending one elbow and then the other. And then bend into your right knee. For some of you, it might look like this or this. For some of you, you're going to be able to actually turn the toe to face out and sink much, much deeper. So it doesn't matter. We're all different. The idea is we're just feeling into this right hip for a moment. And then take it to the other side, whatever this looks like for you. Either a little bit up high, or even holding the thigh, or coming down really deep. Again, we all have different flexibility levels, and more isn't necessarily better. All right, and then bring it back to center. Heel toe the feet towards one another and turn towards the top of your mat. You can bring the feet hip width in parallel. So make sure your heel is centered behind the widest part of your foot and your feet are hip width apart. You're just going to bend the right knee, place your right elbow on the right thigh, take your left hand to your left hip, and spin your heart towards the left. And hopefully you're beginning to feel a nice stretch on the outer left hip here. If this isn't enough, you want more intensity, take that right hand down to the floor and roll the weight into the balls of the feet and breathe. Keep the chin dipped into the chest. Stay long behind the heart. I'm kind of rocking my weight forward and back in the feet because that feels really good on my left hip. And then switch sides. So let's all start left knee bent, left elbow on the thigh, right hand to right hip. The spine gets longer, so think of telescoping your spine long out of the pelvis and then rotating your right heart, your heart to the right. There we go. Back of the neck long. For a lot of us, this will be enough, especially if you roll the weight into the balls of the feet. If it's not, left hand can come to the floor, or you might have a block or something at home. Just breathe into the outer right hip. Press the big toes of both feet down. And again, invitation to make some gentle micro movements. Forward and back. Stay long behind the heart. Upper body gently twists to the right. And find stillness for a beat or two if you've been rocking this whole time. Nice. Nice fold over the legs. And from here, we're going to come into a squat. I'm going to show a couple different ways this might look for you. So you're one of those super flexible people. You're going to take your feet out to 45 degrees and just lower your seat down. Hands to prayer. The knees are going to hug in towards the elbows, and the elbows are going to press the knees wide. And again, think about getting long behind the heart here. Now, this is not going to be accessible for many of us, and that's fine. For those of you who, knee issues, you don't have that range of motion in the hips, I just want you to kind of come into like a little bit of a sumo squat here. And it's honestly the same pose, same idea, right? Like your elbows are pressing in to the thighs, and the thighs are moving forward towards the elbows. And if this is still too much, you can take the thumbs to the inside of the thighs and kind of hang out here. So wherever you are, traditional malasana or this kind of sumo squat, when I'm in the sumo squat, I like to send my booty back and try to get my torso parallel to the floor. That's what I think about here. Big stretch for hips and inner groin. Just 2 breaths. Awesome. Wherever you are, let's all transition onto our back. Turn this way. And just come to lie down with the soles of the feet on the floor. So we're setting up for ankle to knee. So take the right ankle over the left knee and really flex the right foot, and make sure your foot is so flexed that your heel is out wider than your toes. All right, so a lot of times I see students kind of like here or here. We really want the foot flexed, and we really want the ankle overhanging the knee, not the heel on the thigh. Right, so really get the heel way past the thigh bone. And then for a lot of you, this may be enough. Maybe you're feeling a stretch on the right hip already. If you're not, hands hold behind the thigh. Now, if you can't hold behind the thigh without kind of like reaching or coming into like a crunch position, I want you to just take a bolster or blanket or cushion behind your head like so that you can hold and still have the shoulders relaxed and the upper body relaxed while still enjoying the stretch. So pick where you want to be, foot on the floor or pulling in. And just begin to relax and deepen the breath. This left foot can be relaxed. No need to flex it. Think of your right knee moving away from your face. You can see if you like that and it intensifies the stretch in a good way or not. And then keeping everything the way it is, just take this right sole of foot to the floor. So everything stays the same. You're just dropping this whole configuration to the right. Right foot stays on the floor. You can hold the right ankle with the left hand. And I like to open this right arm to the other side and just let the knee fall in towards my face. And hopefully you're feeling an interesting, different kind of stretch now in the hip. Couple breaths. Slowly you're breathing down. Keep thinking of sending your breath kind of like a balloon, like your inhale expands the area of your right hip. And your exhale, you just dissolve any tension, kind of surrender towards the floor. Let gravity take over. Good. And then come back to center. Just take a moment to notice the difference between the two sides. Deep breath in and out. And then left ankle over right knee, foot really powerfully flexed, heel really overhanging the thigh. You can stay here or reach back and hold behind the thigh. Of course, propping the head if needed. The two sides might be very different. We're really asymmetrical as humans. So this side may feel way tighter or way easier than the side we just did, and you might need some different props accordingly. Relax the jaw, relax the shoulders. Make sure the shoulders aren't up by the ears. Think of your left knee moving away from your face. Just energetically. Nice. And let this whole configuration now fall to the right. And let this whole configuration now fall to the right. So left foot just plants. You can hold the left ankle, shin, or knee with the right hand, just inviting it to drift in towards your face, and take the left hand open in a cactus or goalpost arm. The hips respond in such a powerful way when we really use our breath, when we deepen the breath. Again, visualize your inhale like a flashlight, just shining light in all the crevices, angles, and corners, all the area inside the left hip, and then fading back. Keep surrendering to the floor. Releasing tension in the face and jaw. Shoulders relax, hips heavy. See if you can make your breath even deeper for these last 2 beats. Slowly come back to center. Uncross the legs. Gently press yourself up. Come into a butterfly shape. Soles of the feet touch, knees wide, and you can have the heels closer. This might make the hip stretch a little deeper, but also might kind of not feel so great on your knees. So another option is to take the heels farther away and fold forward here, or even take the palms face up and slide the forearms underneath. Wherever you're going to decide to be and hang out, this is where I'm going to leave you. Keep the chin really pulled into the chest. Allow the upper back to round and kind of play with where you want to stay and hang out here. So experiment with the right distance of the heels from the groin for you. And if the palms face up under the thighs, it's just feeling like too much, you can just take the palms flat. This is equally valid. The one thing we're all doing, regardless of what variation we're in, is letting the chin dip into the chest, the head be heavy like a bowling ball. You can sway a little bit side to side. Just sending the breath down into the area of both hips and the low back. And I invite you to stay here for as long as you can. If you only have this set amount of time to practice, gently walk yourself back up. Just cross the shins, come into a cross-legged seat. Bring the hands to prayer at heart center, and as you do, just really notice how your hips feel. Noticing any shifts between now and when you started. And just being grateful for everything that your unique body can do. Take a deep breath in. Pause and exhale, making the exhale twice as long as the inhale you just took. Sending you so much love from my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me and being here to the very end. As a thank you, I'd love to gift you my chakra balancing audio track. You can listen to this anytime, anywhere. I've used this audio track to heal relationships, overcome fear and resistance, and solve complex problems. Get your free copy at the link below and around this video. Download it, and then here is what I suggest exploring next if you're staying here on YouTube. I'm sending you so much love from my heart to yours. Namaste.